I mean, Larry Fink, with those numbers, he can say whatever he wants. BlackRock was fantastic.
We've kind of gotten used to BlackRock beating the numbers, beating expectations.
We have one technology pipe worldwide that connects everything we do at the firm.
Another too big to fail asset manager, which handles over $7 trillion in direct management and another $20 trillion through their proprietary software.
BlackRock is one of the most important companies you've never heard of. It's the largest asset manager in the world, and it's also one of the biggest funders of climate destruction worldwide.
Today, we're going to talk about the most powerful and influential company on the planet that owns everything, and I mean literally everything.
Basically, if you have a publicly traded company, BlackRock is most likely your number 1, 2, or 3 shareholder anywhere around the world.
You name any bigger company, they are one of the largest shareholder of that company, and that's why everyone is slave to that company, and whatever agenda they want to push they can, and you can't stop them. You can't do anything about it. So whatever transaction you do, they're gonna make money regardless of your decision. Yeah, the company name, they own it. Doesn't matter if you want to use JP Morgan, Bank of America, Bancorp, or Citibank. BlackRock is one of the largest shareholders in all of these 7 banks. So if you are transacted with the American banking system, BlackRock is benefiting from that. So if you think you have a choice, you are an illusion. Talking about vaccines, Pfizer or Moderna doesn't matter. They are the biggest shareholders of Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna. List goes on and on. BlackRock is an American asset management company based in New York. It was founded in 1988 by Larry Fink and 7 others, including Robert S. Capito, Susan Wagner, Barbara Novick, Ben Golub, Hugh Frater, Ralph Schlosstein, and Keith Anderson. From the very beginning, the company provided asset management services to the clients all over the world, but soon it started investing in all the major public enterprises in the world and became the giant it is today. It owns shares in almost every major publicly traded company around the globe. BlackRock is also the largest shareholder of the top 4 Australian banks. So whether you are living in the US or not, they control everything regardless. In Germany, they own Deutsche Bank, the Commerzbank, in UK Lloyds Bank. List goes on and on. In Europe, they own a portion of the bank that this list doesn't end with. So go to the second step, which is pension or retirement fund. All the funds that you save are technically invested, so by the time you retire you should be grown until then and you happily live a retired life. But guess who manages or invests all that retirement or pension funds? You guessed it right. BlackRock. It doesn't end here. Living in Western countries like US and the UK, you can't live a life without insurance. All Americans invest more in BlackRock than any other company. Guess what? They are big insurance companies like AIG or Allianz, either owned in part or fully invested with BlackRock funds. So the conclusion of all the things is that money that is going out your pocket is gonna benefit BlackRock one way or the other. Let's assume that you are AG and you have a free mind and you are not getting manipulated. But guess what? Who is the parent company of Fox News? Who has the biggest share of Comcast? BlackRock. Fox News, the New York Times, CNN, ABC News, NBC, New York Post, Sky News, and The Sun. One way or the other, BlackRock is the shareholder of all the news outlets. Biggest shareholder of Facebook, which also includes Instagram and Twitter. Being a bigger shareholder, you get voting rights regarding the decision of the companies. Just to give you a perspective, Vanguard and BlackRock control 90% of the US media you consume on a daily basis. So they will not do anything that doesn't align with the interest of their biggest shareholder. Talk about the food sector. BlackRock is the biggest shareholder of Pepsi and Coke. They even own all the airlines. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Exxon, Berkshire Hathaway, Nvidia, Home Depot, Tesla, Bank of America, McDonald's. The list doesn't stop. So one way or the other, they are involved in every transaction you make, directly or indirectly. Do you think after all this information you have a free will? When they directly or indirectly own everything. Everything seems rigged and you are being controlled by unforeseen forces. You have no real freedom regarding anything. The best course of action is to have your own startup and invest in Bitcoin and gold, etc. to shore up your financial well-being. This works in almost every part of the world. BlackRock's estimated worth is $9 trillion, which is bigger than all the countries' GDP except China and the US. Just imagine that it's bigger than almost all the countries you can think of. This shows how powerful this company is. From just a small startup to becoming a market leader, BlackRock certainly has come a long way, and all this empire was built within a short span of 30 years. Don't you wonder how it became so powerful? BlackRock became a successful manager of assets by attracting employees and clients alike. They acquired several other asset management companies and maintained a monopoly throughout their journey. BlackRock is a global financial services company, and its goal is to create a better financial future for its clients all over the world by providing investments and risk management services. However, behind this success story there is a dark history of manipulations and cheating which led to the unstoppable growth of BlackRock. BlackRock has huge investments across the military hardware industry in the world. It makes massive profits through wars and conflicts from north to south. It is also accused of not doing enough to curb carbon emissions. It recently made headlines for all the wrong reasons.
More and more clients are looking for a more sustainable portfolio to be more prepared. Areas that are more impacted by climate change is going to have harder times to finance their debt if they don't focus on the impact of climate change in their district, in their region, in their cities.
It lost $4 billion in assets management due to political backlash against environmental, social, and governance (ESG) investing across the globe. Many environmentalists often blame BlackRock for the destruction in Amazon forests, and recently California blacklisted BlackRock for its pensions funds due to its alleged role in the destruction of climate. They allege that BlackRock joined hands with companies like Walmart and ExxonMobil, whose operations caused problems for indigenous communities in the United States. Hi, viewers, and welcome to this Money Rescue channel. If any of this information is a little bit concerning to you, please make sure you like, comment, and share this video around, so more people can be aware of this.